Hey, what's up guys, Brad here. So today we have the upcoming updates for January 2020, the first, updates for the year. Now, I am really late on this one, a bit later than I usually am. This did drop at like 5 AM for me. I woke up, saw it, and I was like, okay, I should probably, go to sleep, and then wake up, we get on with this and see what's coming to Duel Links 2020, because we don't know anything really. I think we know one thing from the leaks, and beyond that, there's nothing really that we know for sure, so gonna be a fun one seeing what we're gonna be getting in January. Let's dive right in and see. Hopefully it's a good month because it's the 3rd anniversary, so it should be good. Okay, so starting off with early January, Transcend Game Part 2 unlocks Sarah along with new reward cards and a brand new skill for Sarah. It's pretty good. We got Sarah back in November, I think it was, and her character is okay, nothing too amazing there. If she gives us the V-Jump skill, that'll be very cool, even though we don't have more cubics to use for a character. We're getting more Constellas in the new box we're getting in a couple of days, but maybe we get some more Constellas with her from our event rewards, or maybe some more cubics. It'd be cool if she did bring some cubic cards, but I feel like they're going to wait till May, June, July for when Igami comes to the game, or even like September or something like they did with Bell, and wait till then to give us the majority of our cubics. Now, it would also be pretty cool, honestly, if we could get the Unknown Duelist as an unlockable character, because we have got things like Jade and Bell as a second version of the character, and of course we're getting Dark Dimensions version of characters. Why not have Unknown Duelists as well? I think that'd be pretty cool if they could just give us, just some generic reward cards. It would just make things a bit better. For me, it's kind of hard to get excited about this because we do have Sarah already, but let's continue on. 3rd anniversary campaign in January. There'll be a campaign celebrating the 3rd anniversary of Duel Links. Thanks to the information, Konami, that really gives us a lot to go on. I don't really I can't remember if in previous years they told us if we were getting like Slifer and Obelisk. I can't remember if they did that. I don't think they did. I feel like we just worked out because of, leaks and in-game files or whatever. So they could do something pretty big for the anniversary, some pretty big sales or something, I don't know, selection box mini, a new mini box as well. Who knows? Then in mid-January, a brand new character will appear. Okay. Win duels to obtain the new UR card Fortune Fairy HIKARI and SR card Miracle Stone. In addition, a certain character will tell you your fortune this time around. Your fortune for today is blank. So this is going to be normal CARLY Carmine. This is really interesting and weird because CARLY, you don't really think of her as a separate character, obviously her deck is completely different. She used fortune fairies before she became a dark signer, but there are plenty of other 5Ds characters and even GX characters that could have been put in instead of a duplicate version of a character we already have, in GX, Adrian, Axel, even someone like Jim, or in 5Ds we could have had Sherry or Seiya, or any of these other characters that would have been, I think, a bit better than having CARLY Carmine come as a non-dark signer form. But we have 2 new cards to talk about, and also we do have Callan come to the gate as well, so I'm just gonna just Callan come to the gate in January, which means that we're almost getting to the point where we're going to be getting, hopefully, a new dark signer, or maybe, CARLY, this new CARLY is just going to be our new 5Ds character from, say, a March unlock or something. So let's take a look at the new cards and see what they're all about. So Fortune Fairy HIKARI is a level 1 light spellcaster. When you draw this card, you can reveal it, then special it from your hand. That's really good. It's kind of like a Watapon, but I think a bit better. If this card is special on from the hand, you can target one monster you control, send it to the graveyard. If you do, special 1 level 1 spellcaster from your deck. Once per turn effect on each of these. I believe there's a pretty nice combo with another card in Duel Links this card works with, but in general, that's a pretty good effect, because you could also target the Fortune Fairy HIKARI you just summoned to then send that to the graveyard and then get out another level 1 spellcaster. So if there is a better level 1 spellcaster than HIKARI, then you're just basically getting a searchable version of that. So in general, she's pretty good, and I hope we do get more Fortune Fairy cards with CARLY. Does sound like we could be getting more of them, so that's pretty interesting. And then we have Miracle Stone, a new spell card that, okay, this is definitely for Fortune Fairies. So continuous, you can only control one of these cards, that's fine. All spellcast monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense for every Fortune Fairy monster you control with a different name, so up to 1500 attack points extra. That's quite nice. Again, not sure how good that effect's going to be, but it's pretty cool. Once per turn, an attack is declared involving your Fortune Fairy card, you can draw 1 card. So this does then, in theory, let you combo off with HIKARI. If you draw to HIKARI, you then special it, contribute 1 to special another Fortune Fairy or another level 1 monster. I don't know what all the other Fortune Fairies do or what levels they are or whatever, but in general, this seems like it could be a fun deck, and especially if by the time she is an unlockable character, if she's as good of a free-to-play character as CARLY was, you know, in giving us the majority of a deck core for Fortune Ladies, and then of course we got them in the box. Fortune Fairies could be a pretty cool free-to-play deck via an event character, which we haven't seen for a long time. So looking forward to seeing more of these cards when CARLY does come to the game once again. Okay, back to Duel Links. We've gone for Callan. Let's see what else we have here. Mid-January, the Tag Duel Tournament is coming. Get new UR card, the Chosen One, and new SR card, High and Low. I believe High and Low is a 5Ds card, I think? I haven't heard of those two cards before, so let's see what they are. And we definitely have more to go through late January, but let's see what these new cards actually do. So it appears the Unchosen One is actually a card that was in the anime only, and wasn't in Tag Force, or maybe it wasn't, it's not on the wiki, but it's a normal spell card. Activate only when your opponent controls 2 monsters. Your opponent selects one of them they control, destroy all cards your opponent controls except that monster, then use special, one monster destroyed by this effect in attack position. That's really good. Like, that's one of the better event cards I feel like we've gotten from the Tag Duel Tournament in a while, if it does do this, because it might change. They have changed some cards, like Kiteroid was changed from its Tag Force effect to be way more powerful in Duel Links, so maybe they will change things up with the Unchosen One, but this card does seem like you could have some really memey plays with it, and in general, getting a board wipe, I'm just wondering if this like gets around invoked, you know? Obviously, Cocytus, I believe, can't be targeted by your opponent, but Cocytus would be targeted by your opponent, by yourself, like by your own targeting, so like, this could get around invoked very nicely. I am very excited for this card to come to the game and see if it does work as it says it does in the anime, because if it does, then I think this card is going to be, honestly, a very, very good tech card for most decks, because most decks don't just sit there and turn 1, you summon one monster. Most decks do go into a few big monsters, and that's kind of the board you want to establish. So, being a normal spell card does limit it to your turn, but still a very, very good card nonetheless. And let's take a look at the other card we're getting for this event, which is High and Low. It's a trap card from 5Ds, I was right. Activate only when a monster you control is selected as an attack target. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard if it was a monster card. The attack target gains attack equal to the revealed monster's attack points, so it's kind of like Conscription, but for attack point gaining. That's cool. This effect can be used up to 3 times. If the attack target's attack becomes higher than the attacking monster's attack points, destroy it. That's a really weird card, because, like, the way it sounds like is that you can use it up to 3 times in a single attack. It's a normal trap card, but you can use it 3 times in a single attack, so you can discard 1, gain attack points, send 1, gain attack points, send 1, gain attack points, and that's it. But if the monster does get higher attack points, then your monster dies, and I assume that would then mean your opponent can attack directly. So really, it's a bit of a gamble, and it's trying to mitigate the amount of life points that you're going to be taking by that battle. I don't think it's better than something like Wall of D. I think that's still better, but could be kind of useful for Light Swans, maybe? Huh. Who knows? It seems pretty cool, but I think it's going to be a very niche card if it does see play at all, which it probably doesn't, because it is, again, an anime card that I don't know if it's in Tag Force or not. This might be another... Actually, it must be if it's got proper artwork. So, I don't know. And then back to Duel Links once again, we have late January, the Duel Quest. That's pretty standard. We then have Obtain a New Legendary Duelist, okay. All for the Resurrection of the Pharaoh. The story of Dark Side Dimensions has begun. Collect special items to call forth a Soul of the Pharaoh. Are we getting Yugi? My dream is to be a professional duelist. First, I'm going to win the regionals. That is going to be Joey Wheeler. We've known about this from the skill leaks, which do sound pretty cool. So, this is interesting because A, we're going to be getting new cards, which could mean new Red Eye support, new Gear Freed support that came in Legendary Duelists, or it could mean something completely random that we never really saw coming. Who knows? But it also means we're probably going to be getting our first look at the event sprites for Yugi, Tristan, Taya, Bakura, maybe if they decide to put him in the game or not, I don't know. But we should be seeing the artwork for that because it is going to be starting the main storyline of DSOD, which does begin right at the beginning of the film. Now, it's weird because this is clearly a story event, but you're unlocking Joey. Now, why would you call forth the Spirit of the Pharaoh? Maybe this is going to be like, it's a weird one. Collect special items to call forth the Soul of the Pharaoh. Maybe you're going to be dueling a Tem in it, like, you know, the Kaiba virtual duel they had at the beginning of the movie. Maybe that's going to be in this as well, like a mini event like the, what's it called? The Legendary Duelist of the Tabletop RPG. Maybe it'll be like that. Who knows? But that's interesting because Joey's going to be pretty cool. He has a scapegoat skill, which I don't think we'll get first time around, but it should be pretty cool to see if we do get that in Duel Links. And I believe that is going to be it for all of it. Yes, it is. So no changes to the character level ups of 5Ds or DSOD world, which is kind of disappointing. I really would want to see that at some point soon, maybe in March-ish. They should kind of start to build that back up because honestly, for a month where you're celebrating the anniversary, it doesn't seem that amazing, honestly. Like, unless the 3rd anniversary campaign is going to be something amazing and we're going to get some cool shit, like I assume we will, but it just isn't that great, honestly. Compared to like last year, I feel like last year's January was a bit better than this one, but this one does have some cool new cards, and again, getting a new character in Joey from DSOD, that's going to be a good way to end off January, and it seems like Blair now from the leaks is going to be a February event, which is what we kind of expected and wanted, so honestly, it's okay. You know, it's the start of the year, hopefully it gets better going on, but January is always a fun month for Duel Links because we do get a mini box, and we're probably going to be getting also a selection box, which means there's like lots of money to be spent, lots of content, and that's always a good thing. So let me know down below what you think of the new updates for Duel Links in January. Thanks for watching, I'll see you all in the next Duel Links video. See you then.